What's going on, guys? Welcome to our brand new series here on the channel, the Pokemon X Randomized Egglocke. So, for those of you who don't know, we tried to do one of these series in a Heart Gold game a few months ago, and it didn't quite go the way that we wanted it to. But before we get into that, if you are new to the channel, hello. Let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Tristan, aka Razorplant. I'm very much a Pokemon content creator here on YouTube. And believe it or not, in the 4-5 years of consistent uploading here on the YouTube channel, really we could say it's been 6, but I like to say in terms of Pokemon it's been about 4 or 5. I have never done just a Pokemon X or Y series on the channel. Seriously, the only time that we did X and Y here on the channel was a part of a bigger series called the Pokemon Generations Master Mode. And look at that, the randomizer is even showing us a randomized Cresselia. That's pretty crazy. Speaking of the Pokemon Generations Master Mode, that will be returning very soon. You guys will see a video on that very soon. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. And just a heads up, we are playing on a Citra emulator, so the game might freeze and it might lag at certain points. Just please don't try to point it out. Like, I already know that it's gonna be like that. But yeah, no, this is the very first time we're doing a Pokemon X or Y series here on the channel, and I'm very much excited. And I mentioned that this is a kind of like almost like a sequel series to the last Pokemon series we just did. And here's how it's gonna work, right? It's gonna be that the game is randomized. It's gonna have randomized items, randomized encounters. Trainers will be randomized, TMs, items, all those things. Marks, secondary marks will be randomized, all that. But here's the catch. I will have eggs that I make go into the PC box. Abilities will be randomized. The reason why I do that is to ensure that if I am PK hexing in Pokemon, that they do in fact get randomized. But not only that, the challenge for this game is going to be, can we beat a Pokemon randomized or X randomized Egglocke using Pokemon only from Kalos? So yes, we are only going to be using 6th generation Pokemon for this challenge. And how it's going to work as well, because I know with what we tried to do before, we tried to do it where we had all the Pokemon randomized in there by their Pokédex number. But this time I'm actually gonna take all the names of at least all the first stage Pokemon in X and Y, and we are going to put it in a random.org generator, and whatever the order is that it comes out, we will go ahead and have them in the box like that. Now, it's a little bit tricky because in this game in particular, you actually do not get the accessibility to a Pokemon Center PC box until you get to the very first town. And I don't actually mean the very first town, because the very first town is Aquacord Town, which doesn't have a PC box. I'm talking about when we get to the town with the first gym. So, it'll be a little bit tricky, but for this first episode at the very least, what I'm going to try and do is just get through the main basics and whatnot. And to be honest, the Nuzlocke might not even start until we get to the first town. And I know that might not seem fair, but for this challenge to work, I need to be able to get my encounters. And if I can't get my encounters, then, you know, what's the point of trying to do a challenge? Like, it's a challenge. It's not supposed to be impossible. But I'm very much excited to be doing this game because, like I said, I love the fact that this is actually the first time we're doing a series solely on Pokemon X and Y. I like the fact that this was the idea that I kind of came up with. This will hopefully help in having me use new Pokemon. I could have done that challenge, but then we would have only had like maybe like 15 encounters, and then, you know, there's not really a whole lot of fun to be had there, which you know, believe it or not, fun is a very important part to this game. Why I like doing YouTube series. But I do want to say that we are coming off of a pretty destructive, to put it nicely, loss in our most recent series. After going on a pretty big Nuzlocke win streak. Like, I was undefeated for the entirety of this year until our latest series. Master modes, randomizers, all those things, and we unfortunately lost that streak in our latest series, but we're back to get some redemption. You tweak some things up and you get back out there to do it again. And because of our big win streak, we actually are sitting at a winning Nuzlocke record, because we've done, what is it, 23 Nuzlockes now? I think, if I'm going based off of my memory, be 13 and 10. Some of the Nuzlocke were just like badly played. Some of them were just unlucky. You know, it is what it is. But I figured also, because we're recording this on December 21st, by the way, and X and Y technically dropped 10 years ago, which makes it even crazier that we have not done a series of Pokemon X or Y on the channel, and it is the 10-year anniversary of the game this year. So we're gonna jump right in. Let's see what our randomized starters are. So if we were doing just like a regular randomizer, oh baby. So here's the thing, we gotta think smart here, because I'm pretty sure both Shauna and Serena are gonna pick one of these starters. It would make much more sense, right? Because Diggersby, I'm not saying Diggersby is trash, but he's not great compared to what we have in front of us. Gothitelle could be annoying, but again, it's not as good. And I think Darmanitan here, despite the fact that we technically won't be able to keep him right now, he's not going to be as good because he won't have Sheer Force, but I would rather have the luxury of taking him and making him my starter than having to deal with the other ones. And yes, I did say random abilities were randomized. I don't remember. I actually don't remember if I said that. Alright, and then we get the Pokédex, which I believe is in the national mode, so not that that matters, really. Alright, we got the Professor's Letter. I actually do want to check out our Darmanitan real quick. Oh, and Shiny Claws is in effect, so if we run into an encounter in this game and it's shiny, we're able to use it regardless if it is 6th generation or not. He has an item on him. Let's go ahead and take that off of him. It is a Bridge Mail. Nice. Interesting. So he's got Overgrow in this game, which is... I mean, it's not bad, I guess, because we could learn a Grass type move on him, but even then, we're not even using him. So we're never gonna run into a Darmanitan that has a Grass type move. So that's at least a good sign. Oh, and I should preface that all important trainers are gonna have a team of 6. This should not apply to the first rival battle here, but every important trainer battle afterwards it will apply to. And she's got Diggersby. So let's go ahead and send out our Darmanitan here. And there's a 20% level booster. I completely forgot to mention that. Alright, let's see how much Tackle does to him. I don't remember you. Does Diggersby really get Sword Stance by level 1 move in this game? Because I don't think I've ever seen a Diggersby with Sword Stance before. Oh, he does. Oh, and he has the potential to have Bulldoze. So he has Sword Stance, Agility. Yeah, that's not good. Especially because we don't do any damage to him. Tackle? How much does that do? Oh, crit. Because, yeah, that's what a +2 stab... Yeah, that's exactly what we need there. Alright. It's not great. It's not a great start, but, you know, it is what it is. So what I am going to do is I think I'm going to play up to Santaloon Forest. I think I am going to play up to Santaloon Forest. So that way we can get our encounters. Okay, potions. I'm going to wait just a second because I want to see if the other marks here are randomized. You're not marked. Okay, so we can buy Pokeballs right now. Which we won't, because that wouldn't make sense to do right now. I mean, I guess, no, it would make sense. And we would have had more money if we won the fight, obviously, but... It is what it is. It is what it is. And the nice thing about the first encounter in the route is that it's a guaranteed 100% catch rate. The first encounter is, not anything after that. So... It's kind of one of those things that, like, Pokeballs, they are important for this type of series, but they're not going to be as important as, like, you would think. Because if I have a good team, then I'm not going to really feel inclined to get some balls. Alright. So yeah, our Nuzlocke won't officially begin probably until we actually get to the access of the first box. And the reason why I want to do this is so that way I can randomize and, like, show off what it is I got planned. But yeah, I never knew that Diggersby got Sword Stance by level 1 move. Wouldn't that be crazy if I just have them hatch, like, fully evolved mons? Alright, we got a town map, which is cool, cool, cool. Yes, I know how to use a town map. I've been knowing how to use a town map since before you were programmed, Mom. Alright. So... another thing I should mention is that if you've never seen an Egglocke before, basically, whatever I get as, like, whatever level I catch my first encounter at is the level that I get to, get my mon to level up to. And I believe this is the first game where they made it to where the first encounter, or whatever you catch, you get experience for. So Growlithe here, level 4. Perfect. That's actually really good. Not even capping there. Not even capping there, guys. And yeah, like I said, it's 100% catch rate your first catch. So if we were doing a regular randomizer, this wouldn't be good because we'd have 2 fire types, but it wouldn't be terrible either. Because of what we're actually doing right now. So, yeah. Give a nickname to Growlithe? No. No. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and do the cutscene here. We're going to get some Pokeballs, some more Pokeballs. I really should have bought, like, one and then bought some potions. Well, actually, no. I got a Premier Ball, so that's completely fine. So she's got a Fletchling already. The only thing that's gonna suck, especially about doing a series in X and Y, is that we're not gonna have any Megas on our team unless we get something that's shiny that can Mega Evolve. Otherwise, we're not gonna run into any Megas or anything like that, which will kind of suck, to be honest, because Mega Evolution is one of the greatest things they could have ever added to the game. One of the coolest concepts, and I'm really, really excited when we get to the point where X and Y becomes a remake to see that again. But I thought Mega Evolution was one of the greatest battling gimmicks they added in a long time, and I think terrestrializing in Generation 9 is the closest we've came to Mega Evolution when it comes to a gimmick that is in battle that doesn't make the battle broken, but makes the battle even more competitive than it was before. I should actually take a look and see what this Growlithe has as an ability, and see if it's holding an item. It's not holding an item. Clear Body. That's not bad. I mean, it's on a Growlithe, but it's not a bad ability. And that's a good nature on Darmanitan, even though we're not going to be able to keep him. But that's going to be all she wrote for this first episode. I'm just going to try to get myself out of the grass here. I would kill this Paris, but I don't feel right about doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a brief intermission here, and I'm going to go ahead and get the eggs all put into our PC box. And what I'll do is I will do a quick randomizer, just see how many eggs that I have actually before the next episode. We'll randomize our actual encounters, and then we'll get them added in to start off the next episode. So if you guys are excited to see how the series is going to pan out, make sure you hit that like button down below because it'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you want to see more from this guy. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.